tell these people something.
My girl, I had to tell myself
Okay. Well, I would like to welcome you to the Booked and Busy podcast.
glad to be here.
This is the beautiful, the talented Kyeate. Am I saying your name right?
Yes,
Okay, because
finally
girl,
everybody been getting it right lately.
listen, let me tell you something. We've been having debates. I was like, no, it's this. All ass backwards. But no, I got it together. But you also you also have the pen name Kyla Grace, right?
That's my Christian fiction name.
You're Christian fiction.
That's what I write under that name.
Really?
Listen, that's another story.
Really? Because I
Yeah, you
just
gotta
read
have
Mud.
balance.
Listen,
Look, you
I
gotta
read
have
Mud.
balance.
Huh?
You gotta have balance.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But girl,
Yeah.
you couldn't tell by Kaida that Kyla Grace is Christian fiction. Because I didn't read those stories. I read
Mm-hmm.
Mutt. I read Divided by Three. But I read that some time ago. And I read your new one, Come On Down to
Coming
Christmas.
down the chimney tonight. Yeah.
Girl, girl, really? That's what we doing?
When I was going on my little journey with Christ and stuff, I was convicted to write those, and so I just did them under different pen names. So yeah. But like I said, you gotta have balance.
You do, you do, you do. I listen. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I didn't discover that in my research.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit. So short stories. That's your niche. Your niche. Why
It
short
is.
stories?
I mean, I ain't been diagnosed, but my attention span just cannot do like very long. Like, Unbeknownst is my longest book. And ooh, it was a time trying to write that, but I don't know. I'm just a good short story. I mean, I'm good at whatever story I
You
can
do.
tell, but with my short stories, you're going to get mostly everything in that short story anyways. And I feel like just to me too, I just don't want to like sound like I'm just talking and fluffing stuff out. So if I could tell it in a short story, then I can put it in a short story.
Listen, you're the queen of it. Let me tell you why. Not everybody has the ability to write a beginning, a middle, and an end with a plot in 60, 70 pages. Sometimes 36. No, it's not very many people that can
Mhm.
do that. And you get a complete story. And I love that. I do. I love that. Last night we were on I think Keith's live and we were talking about mud. I had two people reading mud last night. They was reading the come down the come down the fireplace, the chimney. Listen, we was reading you last night. I
Right.
I read the other book, but I read the other book a long time ago.
Right.
So can we talk about mud? I got questions. Where did that concept come from?
Bones. You remember the movie Bones with Snoop Dogg? And just, I don't know, my paranormal mindset, my mindset period, I don't know what I be on. I be on a whole nother level.
But it's
But
okay.
that's what that expired it, Bones did. Because I used to be scared of that movie so much. And
Really?
so I don't know,
I'm
put
scared
my
of
own twist
anything
to it.
scary. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I love the fact when I tell you, everybody was like, I know you lied at the end, and I'm not gonna give it away. But I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
So is that considered paranormal?
I mean, it's a ghost story. He is a
Yeah.
ghost. So it's a paranormal to me. He just a ghost that do the most.
It did the most. The most. And the daughter would know better.
Mm-mm.
Um, can we talk about what's the one and the one that you just wrote with the cowboys?
Ride a beard.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Look, these last few books that I've been writing has been hella nasty, but I hate writing 16s. I be gardening when I write those, and so that's probably why it flows the way it do, but I cringe writing them.
Well, why? You're good at
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. I guess it's just part of me feeling like I'm not either telling enough or it's not descriptive enough or just like, I don't know, just putting it all together. I just be like, ugh. When I'm
Well,
sober now. When I'm gardening, it just flows naturally and I go back and read it like, okay. Yeah,
you,
thanks too.
Octavia Butler, maybe a few other authors, Sharice Carr, y'all have ability to write a short story. And growing up, I didn't know that was acceptable as a book. What made you say, "Oh, this is enough"? If that makes sense.
Far as the writer be
Because you
reading
never really,
or
if you saw short stories, it was always two or three, maybe four short stories in one book. But you was like,
mhm.
no, ma'am, I'm gonna write these 60 pages, and this is what y'all getting, and that's that.
Like if it can be a complete story, hey, it's whatever what they call it, a novelette or a
Uh huh.
brochure, whatever you want to call it. If it tell a story, I'm just like, okay, you got a story still. I don't know, just
I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys are opening up my mind to what's possible as an author. You know what I mean? And I feel like some people feel like if I don't write 80,000 words or more, this is not a book. Well, no,
yeah,
that's not true.
yeah. I feel like if you still can get everything that you can get from a full-length novel from it, then hey, because me personally, I like standalones and I like series, but I'll try to read them all together. I know it's a lot of this thing with that or whatever, but I like to, when I finish that one book, I'm going to the next book or whatever. And so if I could tell, like I said, if I could tell it in one story and you get everything answered, then even though sometimes with my short stories, people be like, we need another book or what's this? But like I said, I can't go too long because my attention span, then I be done remix characters and forget, like I just can't hold this. Especially then I gotta write it soon as it hit me. Like the idea hit me, I gotta write it like right then and there.
Is there gonna be a Mutt Hotel too?
Probably not. I didn't plan on it. Yeah. Like when I wrote Dash, I was not there was not supposed to be a part two to Dash. And everybody the way I ended it, I thought I ended it explaining everything and everybody like, okay, yeah, that was it. But everybody wanted a part two. That was probably I caved and gave everybody a part two, but I wasn't feeling part two. So I mean I still released it, but I didn't plan on writing a part two.
And let me tell you
So
why. It's because there is still that second part because you left that open. I was like, is she gonna write a part two? What the new one?
I don't think it just
Okay.
be dependent because a lot of times I don't feel like writing. And so when I do write something, it came to me right then and there, so I'm gonna put it in a book. So once I'm done with it, I don't plan on revisiting it to make it another book or a series or different thing like that. So, and then I'm a mood writer as well. Just depends on what I'm feeling like writing. So if I didn't intend for it to be a part two, it's probably not gonna be one. I don't care how good the book is, but yeah,
Okay.
because it's just not
Gotta
gonna hit
stand
to
on
be
it.
like the first
I
one.
like when y'all stand in what y'all mean what you say. Sometimes, we had the whole discourse of the one author um who changed the scene because a couple of people were loud and wrong. And
Yeah,
I don't I like when an author can just say, this is what it is. This is the
right.
story. This is what they told me. And
Yep.
if you don't like it, you can DNF.
Yep,
So
I agree.
I know I try and stay away from them kind of interview questions, but what do you think about when people be just loud and wrong, trying to change the story to fit what they think it should be?
Me personally, I'm not gonna change. Like I wouldn't have changed it. I mean, I wouldn't have changed nothing in my book because if you, like you said, if you don't like it, don't read it or DNF it. But this was a part of my story. Just like I've had reviews, or you didn't like how this book ended, or that's not that stuff like that don't happen in real life. It might not happen in real life to you, but life be life sometimes. So a lot of things that mostly I write about, sometimes I've seen it happen, heard about it happen, so it's happening somewhere. And so I can't control what you know, like, but I'm not changing anything because that's my art that I made in that moment, and I'm just you one person. I'm not going to change it just to make you happy. I'm sorry. I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
And listen, me neither. Me either. Um, are you a outliner or are you a free writer?
I kind of do. Well, I'll outline mainly like the flow of the story, but I freestyle most of the time.
What three things must you have in order to create a good writing atmosphere for yourself?
A new notebook every time. I don't know, it's weird. I gotta have like a new notebook. Um, my medicine and some music.
So you don't have to have quiet.
I mean, most of the time when I'm writing, my kids are grown, so they be in their room, so don't nobody bother me, so I don't have to worry about, don't come in here, be quiet. No, like I just write. And well, my job that I work at, I write the best sometimes at work. Can't do it now, but previously I get so much more done while I'm at work. So, but yeah.
How do your kids feel about their mama being an author?
They excited. Like my youngest is 15, so she's at the point where she'll like while she at school, she'll Google me or something like that, show her friends, and she happy about it. My son, he do music, so he kind of like we both out here trying to get it get it out the woods type stuff, but he'll be bragging about me too. And my oldest daughter, she do the same. So it's a I'm semi-famous to them. You know, it's a big deal with these young folks these days.
But how does that make you feel that your kid, your son, he's a creative like
Yeah,
you? He's just does his towards music. How do you feel about that?
proud because
Oh.
it's just like to see how he comes up with it. It's like with the writing side, how I could come up with things, and then when he come up with a whole song from scratch or just something off the top of his head, I'd be like, dang, okay. So it's a proud moment, especially when he set goals for himself and mentioning and stuff. It's good to see.
I love that. I love that. Um, do you? I lost the dang going question. Which character out of your catalog and what book is it from? Is your book boyfriend, your book husband, your book who you smashing, and who you unaliving?
Oh man, girl, I got 59, 58 books out. I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh. Smashing, I would say easy
And what book is
from
he from?
unsteady love from a thug. Um,
Y'all right. Y'all better write these titles
unaliving,
down.
unaliving. Mm, oh my gosh, why I can't think of none of my characters off the top of my head. What was the other one after unaliving?
Husband and boyfriend.
Okay, husband, girl, Kyeate thinks. Husband, I would say, oh my, why I can't, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I have too many. Characters.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna. What's his name? It's not Montclair's his name.
Montclair.
I'm sliding
Yeah.
with him. I'm sliding with him. I'm sliding with him.
Yeah.
I'm sliding with him because how you coming down my chimney to get what you came for, and it turned into something altogether different. Now we going somewhere. You done got
You
a
know
whole
what? I'm gonna have to
different.
ponder. I'm gonna have to because I need to. That's a good question. That I want to know because I do have a lot of. I don't write a lot of hateful characters,
Right.
and so I try to do like I was taught like book bay is the way to go. So I try to create some characters around like the book bay things. So I don't know if I really just have any, and if it is like a villain character, it ain't a man.
And it's okay.
I have I have some villain moms, like the mom from Return to Sender and Smith and Wesson. You don't need no enemies if you got mamas like them. So those would be the unalive ones.
Okay.
Sorry, no disrespect to mamas, but
That's
yeah.
okay. That's
But
who you have alive.
hey,
But I'm
and
gonna say
that's
my boyfriend is the guy is Montclair. And I probably will unalive and just only not because I just read it, but I know it. Marcellus, he got to
yes, man,
go.
yeah, of course.
You got
Yeah,
to
he
go,
was petty.
bro. You got to go,
He
bro.
was I don't know what he was thinking. He was on some other stuff.
Yeah, he got to
But
go.
hey,
But I'd be scared because where could I put what was his name? The dog. What's his name? I don't remember his name. I read that a little while ago.
um, that's so
Uh
sad that I told y'all I got a memory of an 89-year-old woman.
no.
Hold on.
Yours is 89, mine is probably 97. What was his name? The dog, the mutt. He got to go. Cause how dare you how dare you take everything from me?
Well, he had to.
Uno.
Well,
Uno.
he just
That's his
was
name.
a dog ex nigga. That's what he was.
Marriott is Uno, right? Cause he was in that bar trying to get my goods.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it would be Uno. I would have to unalive him.
Yeah, that's what it
I would have to unalive him. Cause
was.
how
Yeah,
you gonna take what I work hard for and you knew what you was doing. You knew you was trying to woo me and I was
but he
gullible.
was smooth like butter.
Oh,
He was
I love that.
smooth.
Oh my God, I
Work 'em
love
real
that.
good and they wake up, everything gone.
Listen, whole life. She was like, but wait. What's your favorite genre to write?
Let's say enemies to lovers.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just started kind of tipping on like tabooish type stuff. And so those were new. I really write anything though, honestly. I write just a little about everything.
Is there a character in your catalog that you most identify with?
Um, Not me I mean, like each book probably have like a sprinkle of something regarding to me, but the female character in Blackhearted, that she had a alcohol problem, and I used to have like alcohol problems, so that was something that kind of like was me mirroring myself in the character mostly. Was one of my old bad habits.
If you could pick a best friend out of your catalog, who would it be?
Mm, do I like good female friend characters? Good Lord. Sacred from Return to Sender. Yeah.
Okay. Uh Do you have a favorite book?
I always say Black-Hearted
Why?
because it's like I said, it was something to do like me, but it just wasn't. I wouldn't say it's not like a. It's very deep because
Hmm.
it's dealing. Both of the characters are dealing with like a lot of traumas and stuff. But I just like how it come together because it's gonna make you have some questions on would you do that like in real life.
What is your favorite part of being a writer? And then what's your least favorite part of being a writer?
My favorite part would be the some of the connections that I have with some readers. Like some of my supporters are like top tier supporters, and whenever I be wanting to give up a slight DM, like some, especially on Facebook, I have a lot of people that's been following me since I've been writing. So when they kind of know when I'm going through something and they'll slide in my DMs like, hey, like this one girl sent a whole video message. She like, listen, I don't know what, like it was so motivating. Like I was like, this is coming from somebody I've never met that's not even in the same city as me, state, none of that. And it's like just to know that I actually people don't want me to stop or give up and they motivate me rather than people that's you actually know or family or whatever that don't or whatever.
Who really
That'd
don't
be
understand
my
what you're
favorite,
going through?
right? And my least would be, um, it's not, I don't know, it's not fun anymore, I guess. Like, to me now, it's more so of a job when it used to be, oh my gosh, like I used to just want to write 24/7. I didn't care what was going on outside. And I have to be so motivated to even sit down to write a book now because the industry has changed over the years. And so, and it's draining. I don't care what nobody say, it's draining on authors these days.
If there's one thing that you could change about this industry, what would it be?
I would say social media, but that's how we make our money. But social media has made the industry kind of like
Toxic.
it's nasty.
Very
Yeah,
toxic.
it's toxic and nasty. Sometimes it be to the point like you don't even want to get online. But I need to promote this book, so let me get on here and get like it's just draining.
You know what I find? I'm finding sometimes you have to kind of leave. You have to, how can I say this? For authors. And I'm learning as I watch you guys go through your trials and tribulations and see the triumphs and the wins. Um, Sometimes you just gotta promote and get off. Your author page is your author page. It don't is
Mhm.
even if they fire back and they don't like something, or you have the ability to say, okay, do I respond to this or do I not? Or you have the ability to say to delete if you don't feel like that's conducive
Right.
to whatever. But sometimes you gotta, even though you might want to just be able to talk to sometimes the readers and stuff, you're not able to do that as much as you would like to because they get beside themselves. It's
Yeah.
it's it's weird.
And
The
then like with me, I'm a reader. I was a reader first, and I'm still a reader. And so now one thing I've been blessed to not be in any mess in this industry since I started writing in 2018 because my publisher that I signed with when I started, she kind of gave us the ropes, and I don't entertain nothing. Like I don't beef with nobody. If it's some beef, I ain't heard of it. It ain't got back to me. But like I literally, I don't debate. I don't speak on nothing. I scroll, keep it moving because it's not about me or whatever. But it still can be draining because that's all you see, especially if you follow like a slew of authors or a slew of readers. But I will delete and block you in a minute. You won't even know you gone. Like if I see something, up, gone, block. Like And I do that. I even do that with regular folks. But
And sometimes,
yeah,
you gotta leave it. If you do say something, I say this all the time. Sometimes you gotta leave it for the group chat.
yeah,
Listen, I went off the other day, just pissed 50 watt hot, and it wasn't anything to do with anybody here. It was something that we have been going through for a good minute. I said what I had to say on the group chat. The world don't need to know it. I just think
right,
that sometimes they put everything for a click and a like and a check. I understand you want to get your money, but sometimes you selling your soul to get it. And what I love about you is you don't never you come in, hey y'all. If we in morning collective or at night or whatever, and you slide through, we doing sprints or whatever, you might stay a while, and sometimes you be up out of there. It
yeah,
don't hurt my feelings that I don't hear your business. And I guess maybe you got to get to a certain maturity level. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but everything is not for a click and a like. And if you're trying to
yeah,
create a community, a literary community, a strong literary community, you can't have all that foolishness and mayhem. Just can't have it.
hmm,
So again, I say this every week. So let me shut up and keep it moving. um, What's one thing you'll always include in your books?
good or bad.
It don't matter.
I feel like I have a this is if okay, because I asked this to my readers once before on the Facebook post. I asked them from reading my books, can y'all tell something that I include in all my books? And most of my books, if people actually pay attention, I have an ain't shit mama in the books. And it was to the point I was like, I was really putting like my own personal traumas in them in there or whatever. So I guess I was like, that's starting to reflect in a lot of my books or whatever. That's been fixed and healed on now, so you probably won't get no more of those. But boy, the mamas back then and all my books used to be woo, something else.
I love, but you know what? Sometimes it's a lot of ain't shit mamas. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, it is.
It is.
It
It
is,
is
and
what
it's a
it
lot of
is.
ain't shit daddies. So
Yeah.
sorry, y'all. Sorry to y'all. I mean, I was blessed to have had two good parents, but I know a lot of ain't shit mamas in my
Hmm.
family. Look, so um, what genre or trope you want to write that you haven't written before?
Okay, so I I do love dark romance, and I attempted when I wrote Unbeknownst to You. But once I was starting her, I was like, this is really just not dark. But I do want to try like a real dark romance and a thriller. And so I do have a cover for a thriller that I might drop in 2026. But that's like one of my things. I always say I'm gonna write a thriller, and then I don't ever do it. So I do kind of want to do a thriller or a super real dark romance.
You do know you got to go to hell when you write that dark romance.
Look,
You got to go.
I slick went there a little bit when I wrote Unbeknownst.
You got to go to
And
hell.
then I was like, yeah, this ain't dark enough. Because
You
I
got
done
to
read
go
some
to
stuff
hell
and I was
plus
like, wow.
10. What's too far in writing for you? What won't you
Um,
ever write about?
writing. I don't know. Probably incest. I don't think I would touch on that. Yeah. I'll read it. I'll probably read it, but I don't think I could actually sit down and write it. I'll read anything. I don't have no trigger warnings.
I think I do.
I can read just
I mean
about
that
anything.
okay, so I read What is the name of that book? Are You Protected by Darlene Cunningham? And this is a spoiler alert. So if you haven't read Are You Protected, it's a dark romance. Turns out the woman that he was pining after was his half sister.
Mm.
And they had lots of smut.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
he ended up unaliving himself and her because they couldn't stop.
I'm intrigued. I wonder what you who you say that was about?
Are You Protected by Darlene Cunningham? That book was so good. And you would have never known. And I hate that I gave that up because it's such a good book. But that was my introduction into dark romance. Are You Protected by Darlene Cunningham? I think you got to get it off of her site because I don't think it's
Okay,
on KU.
so I wrote it down.
But
Yeah,
it's not a long book.
I can read that.
That was a good book.
I've read now. Sometimes I may read some things. I'm like, ugh, oh what? But nothing bothers me when it comes to write. I mean to reading, because I be escaping anyway. So when I read, I don't care. I read one. Oh my gosh, what's the name of it? It was actually banned off of Amazon, and it was more so like a horror dark romance. But it
Mhm.
was, I think it was by, I don't even forgot who the girl name was. It's a YT author, but it was, it was. I was like, oh my, that was
I mean, because
disgusting.
when you got to the
But
end, you was like this.
it
Ah, wait a minute.
it
Wait a
made me
minute.
look at
Wait a minute.
it
And
made me stop eating mayonnaise for a while.
I could just got her phone number. I was like, Darlene, are you freaking serious? She was like, oh, you read it? If you don't get off this internet.
Yeah,
But it was a really good read. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, it's some stuff I can vibe with, and for the most part I can, but it's some stuff I cannot vibe with. Um, I,
yeah.
and let me ask you a question. Dark, bad reviews. What are your thoughts on bad reviews? Or is it critical reviews, or is it just they just didn't vibe? What's your thoughts on that?
It depends on how it's done. Because I am one of them people. I sometimes, well, when I first drop a book, I check my reviews or whatever. But then after a while, I don't go back and read them. And so if it's like something that I may have done on my part, for like I missed something like critical and like constructive, I'm okay with that. But if you give me a bad review because you didn't like how this connected or you didn't like this character or what, I'm like, yeah, that's your opinion, but keep it cute. Sometimes people just be hella disrespectful in the reviews and or just period. But it don't bother me. I've learned to have thick skin. I started writing in 2018. And first, when I came out, I did everything blindly. I didn't have an editor. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I was just, this is for fun. I'm going to write this. And the very first review I got, somebody was like, "Oh my God, this person ain't even gonna be able to pay a cell phone bill." And I laughed at the review because I'm like, "Shit, okay," because I didn't know what I was doing. But that was just one review, and I wish I knew and say I should have screenshot it a long time ago. But now I just be like, "Girl, these books is paying these bills," and so I've come a long way. But I had to learn too. That was my first. I didn't have an editor. I didn't know what I was doing. I went from literally trying to write on Wattpad and actually typing out manuscripts. I stayed in an apartment complex at the time, and people in my apartments would take turn reading the book or like actual paper manuscript. And my cousin was like, why don't you publish this? Like, I don't know nothing about no publishing. She was telling me about Amazon, and I just blindly uploaded a book. I didn't know what I was doing. So it was a learning process, but bad reviews really don't bother me. Just don't come in my inbox or my emails or nothing and say what you gotta say because I try to protect my brand. It ain't, but if you get disrespectful, I'm gonna get back disrespectful with you. Because I'm a nice person. I really am. But don't, so just keep it cute. But that's your opinion. I got more good reviews than bad reviews, so oh well.
And that's what matters.
Yeah,
That to me, that's what matters. It's just be the ones that be loud and wrong. Or even if they loud and right, you can send that to me like respectfully say, "Hey, I saw this. This timeline wasn't matching up for me.
right,
Maybe you might want to check that the next time." Or, I wish you would have developed this character a little bit more. I would have liked to know more about whatever it is that you were talking about. You know what I
right.
mean? Sometimes it just be like, I
And
just
that,
didn't
I
like it.
think
I
I've
didn't dig
had
it.
one. It wasn't necessarily a bad review, but it was something said like this wasn't a Christmas something. Uh, I wanted it may not have been, but I wanted it to be in a Christmas setting, so that's what I put it in. Like it could have done without the Christmas setting or something. I don't know. Like, but that ain't what I wanted. That's something. That's your opinion. This was my Christmas book with the setting I wanted to be in, and so I wrote it that way. I can make it Christmas if like
If you want
yeah.
to.
Sometimes people just yeah.
I just think that people impose their views on authors thinking the author's supposed to
Hmm.
take it. If you don't like the
Yeah.
setting, take the setting out of your mind.
Right.
Rearrange the ending the way that you want it in your mind, or write it, or however you want to do it. You know,
Right.
if that's what you wanted, you know, they don't have to change it for the world. Um, would you ever want to become traditionally published?
Honestly, and right now at the moment, no. Only because I feel like it's a time limit to everything. Oh, you gotta have this done by this. I love I'm slick signed to a publishing company, but I'm indie, and my publisher allows me to be I'm with Literary Queens, which is Miss Lady P. But I have to understand if I want to drop indie, I can drop indie. If I want to drop under her, I could drop under her. And I just prefer indie because if I don't drop nothing else for the next 3 months, that's my decision. Then when I feel like I'm ready to drop, I can write my quick short story and call it a day, drop it when I want to, and I'm cool. I don't like being forced to because I feel like I want to be a creative and be able to create at my own pace and not being rushed because I got to get you this book by this. Because someday, I work a 9 to 5, so when I get home in the evening and I shower and I settle down, the last thing I want to do is write. I honestly like to relax and watch me some TV or read myself. So yeah, I don't think so. It's
That's
just
what I'm struggling with when I get off work. When I get off
yeah,
work, I'll be struggling with uh sitting down and just getting my laptop because I just been on the computer all day. Then it word my nerves.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
to sit down and to put words on pay on a computer, more words, I struggle. So I gotta
Yeah.
figure that out. Um, do you have to have a cover, a title, and visuals in order to write? And or is an and or title to cover to write?
So I have to have the cover. So mostly, whenever I put a cover order in, or if I'm buying a cover, I have to have the title already known. So I will ponder on that, but I cannot sit down to write until I have the cover because that cover motivates me. And so most of some of my covers I design myself, and then I have somebody to do them. But if I can't get the person to do them, and I need a visual right then and there so that I can start writing this book, I do my own cover. But I have to have a cover. I even sometimes have to save that cover as the wallpaper on my computer's screen so that I can know this is what I'm working on right now. I'm seeing you. Let's get it started. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I don't know if a cover would motivate me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's something I need to investigate.
I
No,
don't know, it's just
you just gave me
I have to
something.
being able to see it, it just makes it more real to me. Because
Mhm.
if I'm and like storylines hit me at the 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I got this idea. But if I don't have that covered, I'm not gonna think nothing else on that. So sometimes I will literally kind of like sketch up or draw. If it come to my mind, I have to put it on paper to be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But sometimes I have had covers and be amped to get the cover and be like, I'm gonna write this book, and the book never gets wrote. I actually had a whole nother Christmas story that I was going to drop, two actually, and I had covers for it, and it just wasn't hitting. And this one came, and I was like, this is the one I'm gonna drop. So I guess it's kind of like a half and half thing, but I gotta have the cover, definitely.
Mm. I'm gonna try that. I might have to buy me a cover. I've never bought a cover before, just for the motivation of it all, or even a visual of my characters. I might have to. I might have to see what I can do because I need to be able to. Maybe I need to visualize who they are so that it can. I need it to flow a little faster because once I'm going, I'm going.
Yeah.
It's the getting started. So, I'm learning
Try
something
definitely try
new.
because when you see a cover and it's got your name on it, it's real. Like that's more real. And when I draw like character wise, you know what's so strange? Well, with me, I really never picture characters like while I'm writing. Like I have that person, like I know this is my male character and this is my female character, but the actual visual of them, I just write. I don't be like, oh, this gonna be a tall, dark skinned person. Like if that's what I write, it's because that's what came to me in that moment while writing. But I just don't visualize characters. And I think with most of my books, I used to be heavy on describing when I first started writing, like that and down to what type of clothes they was wearing, all that stuff. And now I'll be like, I gotta describe the dang on characters. Because if I could tell a story without really just putting the all the descriptions in, I would because I don't really think about a character when I'm writing or the what they look like rather.
So, do you prefer that the reader just imagine what they look like? Because I know, like, what you probably imagined, um, Montclair looking like. I had even though I knew he had light eyes. I listen. This man had tattoos all down his throat, all down his torso. He was built, and even though you only just gave that one, I mean, I had him with sandy brown hair, and girl, don't ask me
Right.
why this man had sandy
And that's
brown hair.
because you're just well me when I read, you may include it, like you said, you may include it in the description, but I'm visualizing who I want to visualize
Exactly,
while I'm
exactly.
reading the
And I
story.
don't know where
I
the
done
sandy
forgot what
brown
you
hair
done said
came
this man
from.
looked like.
I was like,
Because I'm not keeping up with all that.
and I was like, he don't look like Marcellus to me. Because he has light brown eyes, so she couldn't, you know, see the correlation. I was like, oh, they got the
Yeah,
same
because I
name,
couldn't
but
tell you
different
what
mama.
Marcellus looked like because he wasn't in my head. I was focused on my Claire and Raina. So, like, Marcellus was a ghost. Like, he was there, but I couldn't tell you what he looked like.
Listen, I was imagining that 8 pack because he just got out. So I was like, yes, the muscles, the muscles. Washboard
Hey,
body, washboard. um, can you work on multiple stories at one time?
I used to when I first started. And the one time that I did, I was starting to mix, like, the characters' names in the books. And then, so when I would go back, I was like, oh, this is the wrong character. This character don't belong in this book. I ain't got time for that. I got to be able to, it's hard enough to focus on the one book that I'm writing, so I definitely couldn't write two at the same time. Now, I will jump right in once I finish one, and start on whatever book that probably popped up in my head for me to work on while I was working on it or needed to work on, but not at the same time.
Okay. I like that. Um, which book was hardest to write? Which book was easiest to write?
My hardest book would be Unbeknownst to You, only because that was like my first book tapping into, well, not really, because Divided by Three was kind of like taboo-ish. But like I said, I intended for Unbeknownst to be dark. So I was touching on a lot of things that I still was like trying to research while writing it, or the length of that book was almost 300 something pages. And that is obviously not my forte. I'm a little quick short story person, so I really had to like be on a schedule to get that book done. So that was why that one was the hardest. The easiest, I will honestly say, majority of it, I don't have a particular one, but all of my paranormals, because in my paranormal world, there's no rules. And so I'm really just like, especially like the ghost stories and stuff like that, baby, I'm writing anything, creating anything, and it's gonna go because it's a paranormal. And they're funner to write because you don't have to be so serious and stuff. So, yeah.
I like that. Um, so you just hold on. I'm thinking about what you're saying. So you're saying because it's maybe a romance, there's rules to the romance. You gotta make sure.
I mean, as far as like real life. That's,
Right.
like realistically in real life or whatever. So there's just depends on what way the story is going, as far as like what type of job this person have or how much time they finna get. And I feel like that's like rules that you have to
Yeah.
follow. But with paranormals, this man, he come back every Halloween at this time, or he ain't real, or you can't see him. Like it's more freer to me to write. Especially like I only think I did one. Yeah, I did one vampire, but I'm a ghost girly. I love writing some ghosts. I do want to try like werewolf and different things like that. But see, with those, I feel like there's rules to it. I don't know nothing about shifting and all the other type stuff. So like that's stuff that I feel like will be harder to write because there's rules to it. Ain't no rules to being a ghost.
True. 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 It was a question that I had that I asked E. Bowser yesterday, and I wanted to ask you. Um, and I'm sorry, it just slipped my mind. It was a question. I'm sorry. Where is it? Okay. Question. Question. Okay. Here it is. Creating, being an author is more than just creating. What's your take on the business side of being an author? That was my question.
Business as far as like what?
Like
Because I do
promoting,
mostly.
like I know that, I mean, because most authors are just a one woman person or one man show, like the promoting, making visuals, creating products. What's your take on creating a successful business as an author?
It's not easy because I am a one. I do everything as far as on my indie side. So I hate promoting, but I have to stick with it. But I also create my own like flyers and different things like that. So that becomes a tedious process, and it's tiring. It's not fun. I mean, I have an editor that I pay out of my pocket, because it's like I said, I do mostly everything on my own. I don't have help with nobody. I don't trust a lot of people, so I'm doing everything by myself. So
What about book events? What are your thoughts on book events?
I haven't had any bad experiences with book events. I like them. I actually, the last one I attended was New Orleans for the Gym Awards. Not last year, but the year before last. I hate the traveling aspect. And so a lot of times, because I can't just get up and go, like I would like to attend a lot more events, but I have to plan it out. Your girl ain't rich, so I gotta make sure, my money's right and my kids are straight and different things like that. So I've always done well at events as far as like selling out and different things like that. So I've always had good experience with them. I actually want to try to attend more events. But right now, I'm only focused for 2026. I'm going to the Jamaica. That Jessica Watkins is doing. It's like a little intimate reader author weekend thing in
Okay.
Jamaica. So that's my focus for them. Make sure my funds and stuff get right there. So I'm trying to step out some more, but these events these days is a lot.
It's expensive. I think that sometimes readers
Hmm.
don't understand how expensive it is, the preparation is, even though
Right.
you have the potential to make your money back.
But then if you don't, that's a loss.
That's a
I've
lot.
had that happen before too. And so, and I live in Nashville, and so most of the like Atlanta events is kind of close to me, but other events where like I have to fly and pack up all these books and or ship them and do all this other stuff, like I want to really just be able to hop in the car, hop in the car, and like I could drive to Atlanta from here, but I don't like Atlanta. I don't like down there, so
Just so I think someone that might be where does Blossom live? They have Petals and Prose. They're doing an event, I want to say in St. Louis. Is that close to you?
I've actually drove to St. Louis before, so it's kind of to me probably the same distance as Atlanta. Not too
Yeah, they're
bad.
doing
Right.
their first event in, I want to say May. I have to go to book me there, but I know that they're doing an event that I thought might have been close to you, but I don't know.
I do want to plan a like a intimate book signing for myself, just because the last one I did was maybe like 3, 4 years ago. It was like a book I sold books and signed, and it was a nice little gathering. But I want to do it to where other people come in because a lot of it was my local like readers or whatever. But just in case I don't, like I don't know if I reached that level yet. Like if people like, girl, let me go to Nashville this weekend and go to Kyeate signing or whatever. So I don't know. I beat myself up a lot in this.
So
I
why don't
don't know.
you
I be
partner
feeling like
with the bookstores, like especially the black-owned bookstores, and see if you could do a signing that way?
I have to find some. I think the only one that I could think of off the top of my head is more so like a African type bookstore. So I don't think they do like maybe the I have to look into it, but like the stuff that I write because it's more so just like a educational, more so
I
bookstore.
know that
But
in Houston, I know that's far, but there is a bookstore. Oh my God, I can't think of her name, but she is just the sweetest pie, and she comes to all the book events. She has a black bookstore. That's one in Houston. There's a couple in LA that I know of. I know that there's a couple in New Orleans, but I don't know um what I get the deal between independent authors and traditionally plug authors, and that's what most bookstores buy. I need them to dive a little deeper, but I know the one in Houston, she gets a lot of traditionally, I mean, independent authors into her stores. So,
that's good.
if I can find the name, I'll message you.
Okay.
Just in case you're ever in the Houston area, just so like, girl, I'll be there and this weekend. Can I come do a signing? She might be like, girl, yeah.
Right.
But I'll send it to you. But I know she
Okay.
does. She specializes in independent authors, and I just wish more Black book owners specialize in independent authors as well as traditionally pub. I think it's room for both.
Yeah. You know, down here in good old Nashville, I ain't that country, but yeah, you know, they don't really, Nashville ain't cater to us most of the time.
And somebody was telling me, I heard this through the grapevine, and I don't know. Somebody was trying to do a book retreat in Nashville, and
I don't,
I can't remember who it
I saw
is.
somebody, it's something, I mean, now, it's some Nashville events, cause I don't know if that's it. Somebody just said Indie Love was in Nashville for
Uh huh.
2026. It's another event that I seen that was here, and it was some black girls that was doing it. I can't think of the name. But like now, granted, we got some people here. It's a lot of us here, but they cater to them, not especially in Nashville. I think a lot of people think Memphis is the black mecca of Tennessee, and Nashville definitely. You hear Nashville as country music,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah,
But what country
that's why
music?
I said my own intimate event where I know I have a lot of us there, have some food and just because there's a lot of
Maybe,
us here in
maybe a brunch or
Nashville and
something.
Clarksville.
Because I'm trying to figure out when we try to do this so I can fly.
Man, me, oh my gosh, we had did like a barbecue. I came out in 2018, so this is maybe like 2019 that we did this barbecue with Anisha Jackson, I think. It was me. Ah, it's a girl. She changed. Tabitha Sharp. I forgot what she go by now. But back then she was Tabitha Sharp. It was like a lot of us black authors, and we had like a barbecue. It was like an event or whatever. But I want to do something more,
Intimate. Just
fancy
nothing.
but intimate, like just something real quaint.
Blossom, we
So
were just
yeah.
talking about your event. When is your event, and where is it? Is it in St. Louis? If you're still in here, but I believe it's Petals and Prose. Um, and I believe it's in St. Louis. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. Petals and Prose, St. Louis, May 1st and May 2nd.
Mhm.
So there you have it. Okay. What are your four Mount Rushmore authors that you just love, dead or alive?
Uh, Miss Lady P,
Mm-hmm.
Barbie Scott. They're probably more so
I know who they are.
in the now time.
Okay. It's okay.
um, Trying to think of people like whatever they drop, I'm gonna read it. Um, Me and me. Just like, um, oh, those are the top two I can think of now.
You got one
I
more.
read everybody.
You got two more to put on the Mount
Um,
Rushmore.
Girl, let me see. Miss Lady P, Barbie.
Why you don't
Uh,
include yourself?
huh?
Why you don't include yourself?
I did. I said it twice. You didn't hear me?
Me?
I
No,
said
I
me
didn't.
and me.
Okay, so you can't do both. You one more, somebody else.
Okay. Me and oh, yeah. Man, I read so much. I can't just think of about off the top of my head. Lucinda John.
Okay. Now, if you can induct three authors, dead or alive, to the Author Hall of Fame, Who would they be?
Kyeate, Miss Lady P, and hmm, I can't think. That's a hard choice.
They don't have to be living.
American Girl, Abby. Man, I done read so many people over the years. I don't be remembering all those people. Um, can't think of none. I'm
Okay.
clueless right now. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Been watching once I get off live, like "Who's this?" They come to
I
me.
said X, Y, and Z. Um, what about to dinner? Can you invite five writers or authors?
Girl, I don't even have five friends. I'm just saying.
But somebody that you just really
When
admire. That you
okay,
love their
so
writing style.
so I'm gonna do my Fab Five.
Okay.
Well, but I'm included in it because these girls I've been rocking with since 2018. So it'll be me, Tip Montana, Courtney Michelle, Aria Gavin, and Lanisha Renee or El Renee. And
Okay.
then we'll have honorary Miss Lady P.
See,
She
there's
gonna
your
be
five.
Miss Lady P gonna be at all of it because if it wasn't for her, I definitely wouldn't be like she taught me a whole lot. That lady gave me a chance and she's still rocking with me, so she gonna be at all of them.
Okay. Okay. Let's do a little bit of this or that. Uh, let me add one. Uh, print or audio,
Frank,
coffee or tea,
coffee,
romance or fantasy,
romance,
plot or character,
clock,
thriller or mystery,
thriller,
suspense ending or read ahead. I mean, surprise ending or read ahead,
mm, surprise ending,
series or standalone,
standalone,
uh, dual point of view or single point of view,
single,
mystical books. I mean, physical books. I'm sorry, or Kindle. I don't have my glasses on.
Kindle.
Um, books or movies,
I love both. I'm gonna say movies.
stay at home or go out,
Stay at home.
early bird or night owl,
Early bird.
country living or city living,
Country.
street lit or horror,
Street lit.
short story or full novel,
Short story.
um, quiet or music.
It depends. Well, that one have to just depends, but I prefer. I don't know. Both. I know you're saying this or that, but I'm gonna say quiet. Yeah.
Okay. A happy ending or unlikely ending,
Happy. I'll be mad as hell and I'm not
Christmas
like it.
or Halloween.
Christmas.
Okay, okay. Any more? Any more? I think that's it. Are you ever surprised by what you write?
Yeah. I always go back and read my catalog. Just sometimes I pick a random book and I'll be like, what the heck could you think when you're up there?
Okay.
But I'm also surprised because I'll be like, I really wrote that. Like, I really wrote 57 books. 57, 58, 58. I got two more to 60. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have any advice for the authors, for new authors, for um seasoned authors that you've received over the years that you'd like to share?
Um, One I would say find you a group. It ain't necessarily gotta be a group. A person. I have a group, so but that's genuine, trustworthy. Stay out of mess. Keep to yourself. And authors, a lot of we don't have to engage all the time with a lot of things, even though we want to. But it's all about, being professional, taking your image these days with everything being on social media, and write for you. Not saying don't write for like the audience because that's what you're trying to grab, but don't let nobody change who you are. And if you write this way, continue to write that way and don't be changing just because somebody left it in a review. Like we was talking about earlier, basically stand on what you believe and stand on being you when you're in this industry. We're winning. Sorry, I was watching football.
That's okay. That's okay. Um, who's your team?
I'm embarrassed to say, but
Mine
they
is
playing right now. If anybody want
mine
to
is
find
Detroit.
out,
Who's your team? Mine's probably the last in the league.
girl, the Titans.
Mine is New Orleans Saints.
We probably just we were Titans this year. But I'm watching. I haven't watched the game in 2 years, but I'm just watching it because Shadur is playing. So,
Come on, football. Come on, football girls and football. Y'all better get up for
but
that.
I
Yes,
love
I
them
know
Sanders
we're losing.
boys.
I didn't even look to see what the score is. I don't even have the TV on and just to see what's going on. I'm hollering. All right. Well, I'd like to. Where are you going to be, and how can people find you?
I'm here on TikTok at Kai Writes. Kai Writes, yeah, Kai Writes on TikTok. Kai Writes on Instagram, Facebook. Kyeate the author. I'm on pretty much anything. If all my books have my the inside have all my contacts in there and stuff, like my social medias listed.
And you do have a group, right?
Yeah, I'm not really. I post every now. It's not really just active. Every time I start a group, I say I'm be active. Then I just be I don't be going in there, so it's not really active. But it's Kyeate's Rita Base
Okay.
on Facebook.
And do you have a website?
I do not have a website. I just have a little link tree right now,
Okay. Well,
which
y'all
is
make
Kyeate.
sure, and they can get your books off of Amazon, right?
Amazon, yeah.
Okay. Y'all make sure y'all go check out her catalog because when I tell you it's fire.
Thank you, thank you.
Fire, fire, fire. My personal favorite is the Mud Hotel. But coming down the the chimney. What is it?
Come
Coming
on
down,
down the chimney tonight.
coming on down the chimney. Yes, 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 yes. Divided by three. Yes. Ride or what is it? Ridden or ride?
Rider be reading.
Ride or be
That's my
ridden.
favorite.
Them
That's
damn
one of my favorite
cowboys.
watches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, ma'am. Y'all make sure y'all check
Yes,
out.
F around and find out. If you know.
Y'all better go check out her catalog. It's not a long read. Y'all can get through it in an hour. Cause I'm about to go
Yeah,
be. I'm about to
most of
read
my books.
Up Around and what is it? Up Around.
F around and find out.
I'm about to read that right now. I'm about to
Oh,
read that
Dash was
right
hella
now.
quick. I
Huh?
think it was like 36. Somebody said Dash had me hooked and it was so dang fast. Yep.
Keith, he was mentioning Dash. He said he loved that one. That's his favorite.
Dash, now I was on some other stuff with that. Now I don't know. Me and my cousin was sitting up here talking about doing that with Uber, but the female version. And we was drunk. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to make this little book with Dash. Like he door dashing, you know what? So yep.
He said
We
Dash
had
was
a lot
on
going
me.
on.
Well, I just want to thank you for coming on tomorrow. I mean, next week on Saturday, I have author Mona Leah at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. I said that all ass backwards. Sunday, the 14th, I have author Jenica Johnson, same time. And to end out this month, I have author Melanie B on the 20th, author Miss Libra Clark, I think it is, on the 21st. The 27th, I have Kenya Bell Gory. KGB is going to be here. We don't know how she's going to respond, but we going to see. And then on the 28th, I have author Sharice C. Carr. First of all, if y'all don't know that about Triple C, she wrote a good short story too. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to put you up on game. Y'all make sure y'all check out these authors. We will be talking to them, and that will round up the 2025 Booked and Busy podcast year for this year. So we see you guys next Saturday again to
Alrighty then.
1 p.m. Thank you guys. Y'all make sure y'all
Bye.
follow me on YouTube. I am posting, I'm actually editing today. So it'll be some new videos out on YouTube of prior podcasts. This will be in this entirety on YouTube. Hopefully I can get it up this week. That's the goal today. So thank
Alrighty.
you. Happy
You're
reading,
welcome.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.